Hello, everyone. Happy New Year. Hope the first week of 2022 is going well for you all. I am so excited to be here with you all today. We are live on LinkedIn Live, Facebook, and Twitter. And we're about to get the first episode of Event High's new web series going. So, let's kick it off. What is this? What are we doing? This is the Cannabis Events Talkshow. The Cannabis Events Talkshow by Event High is going to be covering all things cannabis events, cannabis experiences, cannabis tourism. Each week, we're going to update you on the hottest topics from current news, trends, interviews with event guests, to marketing tips and more. So, as we start to get this going, what I'm going to do is I'm going to check out all of the platforms that we're streaming on right now just to make sure things are going good. I want to make sure you all can hear me, see me, and chat with me. So, let's give it a minute. There we go. I already see a comment coming up. We got Marsh who is joining us. Hi, Marsh. That means you guys can hear me. I'm taking that as a yes if we got a comment already. So let's just go check on the other platforms really quick. Okay, we are live on Facebook and live on LinkedIn and live on Twitter. You guys, we did it. No hiccups for the first show. So, who am I? My name is Adelia Carrillo. I am your host for this web series and the CMO of Event High. So, what is Event High? Event High is an online ticketing platform catering to the cannabis culture. You can search, host, and promote all different types of cannabis events and experiences through our marketplace. Our mission is to become the gateway to the cannabis culture where people can continue to find these unique experiences and events because we believe that is what's going to continue to help propel this plant forward and educate. So, how is it going to go each week? Now, what we'll do is essentially, we'll usually have guest hosts. This is our first episode, so this is like a rundown. I'm going to give you a rundown. I'm going to give you some updates that happened this week. We're also going to talk not about the good stuff, what's going on with the current landscape and what restrictions are being in place now in certain cities. I want to keep all those that are event organizers or like going to events updated with what's going on. Can you even go to events? What are the safety precautions that are happening? So we'll be talking about that. And then, as I mentioned, if we have a co-host joining us, we'll get to learn about them, learn about their event series, or what they're doing in tourism experiences or events. So let's get it started. Our first article or industry highlight of the week is about the Emerald Cup. The Emerald Cup is going to begin accepting entries for their 18th competition. The California cannabis market is one of the largest and most diverse on the planet, and the Emerald Cup is one of the longest competitions. It's a celebration, a competition, and a direct-to-consumer marketplace that brings the best in California. So, what are they announcing? They announced that the submission process opened up this Monday, so it's already open. And you all have the opportunity, those California licensed brands, to submit your products all the way up until the end of January. So January 28th, which is a Friday. So if you are interested in being a part of this upcoming Emerald Cup, which is actually also moving from Santa Rosa to Los Angeles, you have until January 28th to submit your submissions. What's different? There's going to be a lot more judged categories. They have more than 40 judged categories, which include cannabis flowers, concentrates, edibles, and topicals. They also are going to announce the winners at an in-person formal ceremony, as I mentioned, in Los Angeles. It's going to be in the spring. And they're also going to have a virtual broadcast component. So for those that are not local or can't make it to Los Angeles, you'll be able to stay updated virtually as well. Now, the next industry announcement, we have is this one I'm assuming you all have heard of, because this is a huge announcement, not just for cannabis events, but for the industry as a whole. So MJ Biz has been acquired by Emerald X. Emerald X is a subsidiary of Emerald Holding, which is a New York-based business-to-business event and media company. Now, this acquisition was for 120 million in cash plus potential earnouts. So this included the MJ BizCon conference that we all are very familiar with. It also includes award-winning publications such as MJ Biz Daily, Hemp Industry Daily, MJ Biz Magazine, and the Emerald Conference. The Emerald Conference is actually new to MJ BizCon. It's not a new event. They acquired this cannabis science event back in 2022. So all of that is being lumped into this acquisition. And this $120 million cash deal includes potential earnouts based on financial performances. So what this means is that Emerald could actually pay an additional $30 to $50 million to MJ Biz in 2023. Again, this is a huge opportunity and just a great announcement to kick off 2022, especially with how the event landscape has been. I think it'll definitely give some of you bigger event organizers spark some interest in what you all are doing, and see the potential of what could lead to down the road for, breaking the stigma and making your way to the regular market, getting acquired by a company like this. So next article is Gary Vaynerchuk announces the inaugural Green Street Cannabis Festival. Yes, Gary V, the motivational guy that we all love. He's hosting an official cannabis event in Los Angeles. So it's with Green Street. Green Street announced their inaugural festival, which is going to be happening May 13th and May 14th. This will feature the city's top restaurants, the state's leading cannabis brands, the world's top entertainers. They're all going to come together to celebrate the cannabis community. In addition to the world-class cannabis food and music, the festival will also have all-day outdoor activities, including custom interactive games, large lounge areas, carnival rides, experiential art installations, and a vendor village, which will feature custom art programs and installations by Greg Mike and the ABV Gallery. This sounds like a great event, so everybody mark your calendars for that. That should be fun. Now, next announcement, and if you all have questions, if you all have feedback or thoughts on any of these articles, comment. I want to hear from you. Let's, keep the conversation going. Give us your feedback. Let us know if you have any questions. Maybe we can even bring some of these these guests onto the show to talk about some of these announcements as well down the road. Again, this is our first episode, so let's see how it goes. Now, the next article is Lone Pack, which is in California. They're going to allow public cannabis smoking during permitted events. So on December 21st, the city council meeting in Lone Pack actually had a debate over public safety and allowing cannabis at public events. The ordinance, which would allow temporary cannabis smoking during large permitted events at 3 parks in Lone Pack, was addressed. And actually, after further discussion, which included the mayor in that city, and her amendment, which was cannabis events at Lone Pack parks should be limited to 2 per year. This means that, so they're going to have it limited to 2 per year, but the ordinance was passed. So this is a step in the right direction for cannabis consumption in California. Now, unfortunately, after the BCC created these guidelines for event hosts to obtain a cannabis event organizer license, we've heard many challenges, including that many event organizers don't have anywhere to host these consumption events. So they're paying these fees, but they have nowhere to host them. So we need more cities to start opening the door, looking at having these discussions and allowing for consumption events in certain venues. So again, Lone Pack has said it is going to be about 2 events per year, but it was passed. So again, step in the right direction. The last article is in Nevada. Clark County is preparing for cannabis lounges. So, Clark County officials are closely monitoring the state's efforts to regulate cannabis consumption lounges. When they open this year in Nevada, lounges will provide locals and tourists a place to consume cannabis. However, until then, the state's Cannabis Compliance Board must first finalize regulations. And then, of course, once it gets there, local jurisdictions may also strengthen those regulations if they wish. So, what you should know about this: consumption lounges will either be allowed to either be attached or directly adjacent to an existing dispensary, or to be separate as an independent establishment. And those will be licensed by the state and local governments. Now, it is unclear how many licenses will be given out or how many will be in the unincorporated county. But initially, there will be 20 licenses for independent lounges. So that's exciting to know, between Nevada and New York, and California is moving forward with lounges too. But I really feel that between Nevada and New York, they're definitely propelling the consumption lounge movement at a quicker pace. So I'd love to learn more. If anybody has more insight about the New York landscape when it comes to consumption lounges, I know there's plenty of updates happening, so we'll probably announce them down the road. But yeah, I would love to bring somebody on that has more insight about the New York landscape for consumption lounges. So if you know anyone, if you are that person, contact us and let us know. Now, on top of news articles, we want to also highlight give back components. And so each week we're going to be keeping an eye out on give back events, give back events or ways the community is giving back. So Humboldt Grace is presenting a private filming event as a fundraiser for the 2021 Emerald Triangle Fire Recovery Project. So they are in partnership with Ink People and Snipapsis. And this, as I mentioned, they're hosting a private premiere screening series of a documentary film called Trim. Now, Trim is a women in cannabis event series, a women in cannabis movie, which is a sequel to director Adam Ross's award-winning documentary Cash Crop, which was an 8-year Netflix hit. This event is going to be at Minor Theater in Arcata, California on Saturday, January 29th and Sunday, January 30th. Now, Ross, the director of this movie, is generously donating the profits from these premiere private screenings to the Humboldt Grace Fire Recovery Project. Ross actually lost his home in California wildfires in 2018. So this is near and dear to his heart. He understands the hardship and the support that is needed for these individuals and for these cities to rebuild. The screenings, on top of that, also have an online auction or donation option. So if you're not local to California, but you want to help give back, you can go check out their online auction. There's amazing items that you can auction on, and they also have the opportunity for you to donate. Again, this is going to support the local families and the cannabis community who were impacted by the Emerald Triangle fire in 2021. To learn more, go to humboldtgrace.org. And if you have a give back community announcement you would like to share, again, let us know. On top of sharing about the industry updates and news articles, we want to also highlight the things that are giving back to the community. Now, the not so fun stuff, but important things that we need to know. The past few years has been, to be frank, very tough for everyone, but especially the event and tourism landscape. Those industries have been the first that were hit the hardest and the ones that are going to have the longest impact to recovery. So to keep us all updated, we're going to be giving you guys updates each week on the event landscape. So what does that mean? it'll be just the kind of the legalities, what's happening. Are they allowing events? What are their policies? So let me just go down the list. California has recently extended the indoor mask mandates, and it has also been reinstated in Portland, Maine. Now, Hawaii has actually lowered the travel quarantine time from 10 days to 5 days. Visitors can avoid quarantining by presenting proof of vaccination or a negative COVID-19 test, result within 72 hours. Washington, D.C. has also reinstated its indoor mask mandate. Boston will require proof of vaccination for access to indoor dining, gyms, entertainment facilities, beginning on January 15th. So next week, Boston will be reinforcing that. Now, if you're going to Puerto Rico, travelers must provide a negative COVID-19 test. And as of January 3rd, proof of vaccination is now required for indoor dining in Philadelphia. Chicago also now requires proof of vaccination for indoor dining, gyms, and entertainment venues. So, again, event organizers, this information is for you all, and for those that are maybe looking to be more social or, going to events, just to understand what those requirements are. Now, New Mexico has also extended its indoor mask requirement until at least January 7th. So that is actually potentially ending today. We shall see how that goes. And in New York, all indoor public spaces that do not have a vaccine mandate must now require people to wear face masks. A partial mask mandate for indoor public spaces in Rhode Island took effect in December 20th. And the new measures require all indoor venues with a capacity of 250 people or more to implement a mask mandate. So keep an eye on that. We'll continue to update you all on the not so fun announcements, but things we all need to know, especially those of us in the event and tourism landscape. Now, next week, our first guest for the Cannabis Events Talk Show is going to be Casey Santana. She is the founder and CEO of Chifa. I hope I'm saying that right. We'll also have her correct me next week if I am wrong. It's a ladies' cannabis club. It was created with a mission to ignite sisterhood and empower women. And she's going to be our special guest and co-host next week. So join us. You'll get to learn more about her, the experiences she is creating, and what she thinks of next week's industry updates and insights. So for those of you who have an announcement or are in the cannabis event and tourism sector and want to be a guest, reach out to us. We are always looking for new guests. You can see below on my screen right there how to get in contact with us if you want to be a guest. Again, the guests that we're looking for are those in the cannabis events, experiences, and tourism sector. You could even be a service provider to those industries. We want to bring that kind of insight as well and get your knowledge to share to our audience. So for those of you that don't know a little bit about eventhi, again, this is our website. Go check out our website, www.eventhi.io. It's your place to find all different types of unique cannabis events and experiences, from virtual to in person. And also follow us on Instagram. We are social. So again, this is our first official episode of the Cannabis Events Talk Show. We're going to keep it about 10 to 20 minutes long each week. We don't want to take too much of your time. We want to go straight into the insights and keep you all informed each week. So we hope that you join us every Friday, 12 p.m. MST. I'm in Arizona, so yes, we're MST right now. I have to remember that. I just moved here, so I'm remembering the time zones. But I appreciate you all joining us for our first episode. This is going to be a great weekly show. I can't wait to bring on different guests who are going to share with you all things cannabis events, experiences, and tourism. Again, if you're interested in being a guest, one more time, I'm going to put the email right on the screen. Contact us. Let's have you on. And with that being said, this is Adelia Carrillo. I'm your host of the Cannabis Events Talk Show. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay high, you all. I'll see you soon. Bye.